We are about to talk about embark on a new journey, a new frontier, if you will, to what I like to call the video game Lightyear Frontier. You may be asking, what is this game, Brett?
To infinity and beyond.
This is not a Toy Story game.
Oh, dang.
This is not Buzz Lightyear. This is not related to Pixar. This is a completely different environment in which you are playing a game where you crash land on a planet and you have to find these mech parts. So basically you're some dude that just crashes on a planet and it's this beautiful world and you're being talked to by this little like robot thing. You're like, I don't know what the heck this thing is. Also, I'm going to preface before I go into this. This is a game that's on Xbox Game Pass.
Ooh.
That is why I'm playing it. It was free on Game Pass. It's in the game preview mode, so it's not out in full access yet. It's early access, so it's not a finished game.
Gotcha.
But basically, this is a cozy farming simulator, farming survival game kind of thing. And I say cozy because there's no threats out here. They're going to kill you. You don't have ghouls at night that want to like chop your head off. You just farm, you collect resources, you gather things, and you build a base and get better and stronger.
Sounds boring.
So think Animal Crossing, but like you can roam around fully and freely and stuff like that.
In space.
Yeah. So the first thing you got to do is you got to find your mech, okay? And why you have a mech, I have no idea. I don't really explain that very well, but you got to find your mech.
Reasons.
And then once you get your mech, you can get into your mech.
Oh.
And then when you're inside of your mech, now you've got new powers. So when you're out on foot, you're a little tiny short person and you got your little like, you know, your little pickaxe or whatever. But in your mech, you get like guns that you can use to like farm things.
Not to fight enemies.
Not to fight enemies. No, not at all. And little is known of the story here, but the mech basically lets you maneuver the map faster and collect resources easier. So you're going to have different types of guns. One gun is going to like suck up water and stuff like that, which you use as a resource. One gun is going to like obviously like break up stone and stuff like that. One's going to help chop down trees. And then you're going to have something that will let you plant stuff. So you can like use it to like shoot out like seeds onto the ground and plant things. And as you uncover new things, just like a normal survival game would, it uncovers new recipes for you to use in the game world. And those recipes let you, you know, build shit. So you have your build menu that you come to expect. You start out by building. What do you think you're going to build first?
A house.
Nope. You're going to build a campfire. Yeah, buddy. Heck yeah. So you're going to build a campfire, and then you're going to build a house. Or actually not a house. You're going to build like a little like barn. Like a
shed.
Tool bed.
Just a roof to cover up your workbenches.
Shed.
There you go, yeah.
And then you'll set up these workbenches and you can start crafting shit. So one of the big things you can craft is you can take plant fibers and make plant oil out of them. And that's something you can then use to build new, better things.
Seed oils.
Is there gas to your mech? Or
Nope,
can you use
no
it?
gas. You can use it all you want.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That's
And there's
good.
also a little booster too, which is kind of cool. So when you're roaming around, like you want to get up on a higher building, you can like hold down a button and it like does like a boost that gets you up higher places. There is a day-night cycle. So when it gets nighttime, they kind of encourage you like, hey, go lay down and sleep. But you don't have to. Like literally, I just went 3 days straight and like never had to sleep and just like kept going around. But there is a benefit of sleeping because it respawns the resources in the world. Because there's certain areas where you have to mine for aluminum, for example, as one of the more harder to find resources. And there's these little like holes that you get the aluminum rods out of. And after you've like resourced all the aluminum rods, are gone until you go to sleep and wake up again, and then they respawn in certain areas. So you collect all these resources, you build this base, and as you build your base out, it's kind of cool because it's like, you know, you're a little guy or you're a regular sized human that goes inside of a big mech. So like when you're walking around, like the whole world is huge, but you can place a house and the house is like super tiny. You can also place like a clothesline and like all these things. So when you get out of your mech, it's like everything's normal size and you can walk in your house and like go to sleep. And there's like a nice little clothesline lying around and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. You have this like sense of scale happening as you're playing the game. But then as you explore further and further in the world, you find that you explore the region that you're in. And if you pull up your map, you can see there's like 6 or 7 different regions in the map. And you have to unlock, in order to harvest stuff from those regions, you have to eradicate the corruption, if you will, in that space.
Okay.
So there's certain areas, like the first area you go to is called Pine Heights, and in there's this like purple sludge on the ground. So you use your gun that sucks up water to suck up the sludge. Or actually, no, you suck up the water and then use the water to clean out the sludge. And then that will eventually clear it all out. And then once you clear everything out, then you've cleaned or refreshed that zone. And then it opens it up to actually like farm resources and stuff like that. And you're supposed to do that with every region throughout the map.
So is that the overarching thing to do? Like what you have to do is clear out this whole world?
Yeah, clear out the world, uncover the secrets and mysteries, and reveal different parts of the map to grow and build your colony. So eventually you also will get, you'll collect seeds on the ground. So you can build farm plots and start growing seeds of different plants. And then those plants you then harvest after a couple days in order to be able to build bigger and better stuff.
How do you die?
Oh, you don't die.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you die.
No repercussions for staying up late or walking into the ooze or
Not that I found yet, no.
or drowning.
Yeah.
Or like
that's where the cozy game comes into play, where it's like literally there's like you just sit here and just like build shit and it's quiet and calming and the music's nice, this, that, whatever.
So
and
nothing attacking you in this amazing mech suit and you're just building.
And then you got those little like
it's like Farm Simulator.
Yeah. You got little animals that are hanging around different areas.
Yeah.
And those animals, I was like, oh, I want to go kill them because I can get their meat. Well, you're not supposed to kill them because you can't, like, you don't do that.
Can you enslave them?
Not that I know of yet, but maybe. But what you can do is you can feed them. And the more you feed them, the more they like you in the area. And then as you feed them and get a certain point, they will then come to you and give you resources. So it's a benefit to feed the animals around the world.
Do you have to eat?
No.
Wow.
So this isn't really survival then.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's more farming sim kind of thing.
It's a farming sim.
Yeah.
But you're okay.
I don't think you have to eat. I haven't had it. I don't think I've had.
Well,
to
you
eat
said
yet,
you stayed up for 3 days. I would hope. I would get hungry after an hour. So
maybe it's like the Dune suits. You just recycle
recycle your sweat and stuff like that and your poo
and make some
make some food and they put it right back inside of you.
It's beautiful.
They do
circle
take
life,
out,
baby.
They take out a lot of the bullshit stuff that like makes survival games frustrating and just lets you focus on like the building part. I will say one of the negatives in this game is that when you're playing by yourself and stuff like that, it can get a little. Some of the crafting stuff can get a little tedious because I got to a point where I have to like farm all this like aluminum stuff. And then I have to get aluminum and then craft it into this other thing and then craft in this other thing in order to get this thing.
Oh,
and
the crafting cycle.
It's just, this crazy crafting cycle loop. And it just like, I was at a point where I was having this nice progression and then it just kind of hit a wall. And I was like, okay, now it's taking me like 15 minutes to unlock anything new. And it slowed down quite a bit.
So you can play with friends.
Yes. So that's something about this game. So if I were to like recommend this game to a solo player, I would honestly, unless you like absolutely adore and love cozy like farming games like this, I would recommend it's probably not quite worth your time because the game is incredibly grindy after a point and it gets like super grindy. But it does have up to 4-player co-op, which I think is really intriguing. So in that sense, you can have 4 of your mech people in this map, and the map's not super big doing the work. So like one person goes to explore, one person's building the base and doing the farmland, one person's gathering all the resources. You could split up the roles.
So you probably haven't figured this one out yet, but like, would there be a dedicated map that you can always go to, even if the main character's not there? Well, the main person.
Yeah, that I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like instance on a server or if it's based on whoever created the world. I would lean towards whoever created the world probably is the
procedurally generated.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think it's like
one map
that everybody can jump into. Yeah.
I'm loving the style of it.
Yeah, it's
like a lot.
Great.
It looks cool. But I'm not big into farming sims, but I think I would be interested in trying this out because you said it was on Pass, right?
It's on Pass, yeah.
I would be interested in this.
I mean, I could say this because like they're having updates where it's like, oh, now it's survival. You can turn it on when you start a new game, or there's enemies and you can turn that on when you start a new game if you wanted to, and just like pick your own difficulty.
But like Brett said, there's a community out there that just likes these style of games, and I don't think that's what they were going for.
It's not meant to be a survival game. It's meant to be a like an Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, like that kind of.
Even Animal Crossing, you can get fucking ate up by a spider and pass out. You know.
Yeah, but it's like you're not gonna get like destroyed, really.
Yeah, true.
Like that. Yeah, it's pretty low stakes.
Yeah. I met someone just recently. They love playing farming sim games, and I'm like, what's the point?
This is it right now, man.
But I mean, people find enjoyment in it, and I can see why. With this one, I wouldn't get into Farming Simulator at all. But with this one, I feel like is sci-fi enough where I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, play for like an hour and be like, okay, I feel content. I feel peaceful. Yeah, and you said there's like there's a story as well with this too, though.
There's it-ish. I mean, it's kind of like when Grounded first came out, and there was like some semblance of a story. So there's these ruins off in the distance that you can see that look like they're like, I mean, because you're literally up in space somewhere on an uncharted planet, right? Hence, like, you know, Lightyear Frontier or whatever. But there's these like alien ruins that you can go to, and you can see there's these little like glowing orb thingies that you can collect, or like seeds, I believe. But if you collect enough of them, you can use it to unlock a door, or like go to a door and put these little orb things in, and it gives you like ancient civilization parts, basically, that lets you build cooler, fancier stuff.
Okay.
So that's as much story as there really is to it, but like you don't really have much reason of why you're here and what you're doing. But
so what's the reasoning of even getting out of your mech suit? Is there a reasoning?
There's certain things that like because
I see that he has like a pickaxe and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like around your base, I mean, so far all I've seen is just to interact with your little like human stuff. Yeah, it's like because like you can walk up to like even the planting the crops and stuff. You need to be in your mech suit to plant the crops.
Yeah.
So really, it's just kind of I think just
to see.
Oh, actually, sorry, there is one.
Oh, okay.
So when you're trying to collect those ancient civilization parts, you'll go up to like a cave and you'll see a cave hole that's too big for a mech, or too small for a mech. So you have to get out of your mech suit, and then you can then walk in the cave and explore that cave and gather the resources and bring them back out for your mech.
Do you have like other equipment besides your pickaxe to go in with?
No, I just have your pickaxe right now.
Just the pickaxe.
Yeah, that I know of so far, yeah.
Okay.
But that's the big thing. It's just like exploring into small places that your mech cannot not get into.
Is there customization with the mech suit? Since there's multiplayer, can you change colors of it or anything? I
don't know if you can change colors yet. I haven't unlocked that part, but there is a upgrade tree for the mech that makes your mech do more things. So there's a point where you get a mech base station, basically, that you hook your mech up to. You get out of it kind of like you would power armor and hook it up on the thing, you know, in Fallout. You hook it up onto this little dealio, and you get out and you can go up. That's when you get out. You go up to a computer and you're human, and then you can like upgrade your mech suit with like faster resource gathering and, you know, faster speed or bigger jump distance and stuff like that. But it takes a lot of resources, and that's where it gets into that multi-crafting method.
Okay,
that can get pretty tedious.
Can you call your mech suit to you? Like if you're in an area where you just wander off too far, can you call it back to you?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, there's not really any opportunity where you would need to wander too far away from a mech.
Like, yeah, I'm just curious. Like, you know, you mentioned you can get out and explore the cave. Yeah. If I just ran off from my mech suit, I'll have to just run back to it.
Yeah.
I like how the mech suit looks. It looks like a tractor, but a transformer tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, the mech thing's pretty cool. And you can play in first or third person. Nice. So you can just toggle back and forth between that really easily. So we're watching a video right here. This is one of those ancient civilization areas. And this is a point where you like, there's little areas that you can't get your mech through. So you would have to get out of your mech suit and then walk in to like uncover. The person we're watching doesn't realize that you can actually get in there. But he's going to find this cave and then be like, oh, here we go.
I have to say this because it's hilarious. It's raining and there's no clouds.
Yeah.
It's very like
space rain.
I love the artwork in it. It's pretty cool looking.
It's a nice art style for sure. A lot of good colors and stuff like that.
Pretty.
Yeah, I mean it's a neat game. It's just for me, it was something that I couldn't. This is something like just like with Helldivers. You know, I want to play with my friends.
Yeah,
I think this is a game that'd be a lot of fun. Just like
to jump in,
spend a couple weeks with our friends and just like do all the shit you can do.
I'll be down to try it. I'll download it when I get home. But I'm curious, like with the caves and stuff, is there any like cool little puzzles to try to like circle around to find all these pieces of ancient
I haven't
artifacts?
found any puzzles. I mean, if there's a puzzle, it's very basic. It's just like, how do I get up these 4 steps?
Okay.
So it's pretty light. But there are, I mean, the biggest thing is just growing your farm and farmland and expanding it.
What about inventory? Do you get filled up pretty easily, or is it just infinite?
No, you get filled up. There is an inventory cap for your mech suit, which you can upgrade later on with your doodad or whatever. But there is you have your storage chests. Okay. And so when you come back to your house at night, just throw all that shit. And they do have one of those quality of life abilities where if you have your storage chests, as long as you're within the vicinity of your storage chest, you don't have to have the stuff on your person to use those resources.
Oh, that's so nice.
So you can build shit in your base and just reference your boxes that you have over there. So I always just come back to my boxes. I throw everything in there. So I don't even organize it, honestly, because I just throw it. You don't have to. I just throw it in there, and then I know what I need to do from there. So
looks cool.
It's honestly a neat game. It's like a game that I feel like came out under the radar. I remember seeing an early access trailer for it.
I remember seeing it at the Game Awards.
Yeah, and
trailer for it.
Then it kind of just it came out and nobody really talked about it. But it's out to play. It's early access. It's on Game Pass. I mean, it's kind of cool, and it's on Steam. It's getting rated very positive. It came out March 19th, so less than a month ago.
Seems like a good game to jump into after you play a couple rounds of Helldivers, just to relax for a moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
destroying planets.
Destroying planets. I want to rebuild one.
Jeez.
They also said that so it's in early access right now. It's going to be about 1.5 years in early access, and then they said that the full version game will feature several new environments, plants, resources, animals, and hazards, as well as several new upgrade tiers and modules for the mech.
Okay.
The game's story will also expand during early access, with only the beginning of the first act available initially. Furthermore, additional neighbors and missions will be added over the course of early access. I haven't seen any neighbors yet, but apparently there's going to be neighbors in this, probably like Animal Crossing.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun game. I mean, it runs great. I mean, that's the other thing too. It's I never really ran into a bug while playing this game.
Okay.
It runs smooth, super clean. I mean, it's the game looks good, but I think because of the art style, it's probably running way more than 60 FPS on my PC and working good and stuff. So it's a neat concept. I just wish there was some, especially after playing Pal World, I wish there was some quality of life stuff about managing your base, because Pal World was just so nice, just have things just do shit for me. But then I'm right in this game, I'm shit, I ran out of wood again, so I gotta go out and farm more wood and then come back and farm more wood. So it's just that can get tedious knowing that there's a better system out there that's been developed for games.
Yeah,
but there's some interesting ideas here for sure. Nothing revolutionary, but it's a cool little concept, and it's a nice chill game. So Lightyear Frontier.
All right, get it now on Game Pass.
Game Pass.
On Game Pass.
Is it on console yet or no?
I think it's on Xbox and PC. So let me verify exactly.
I don't think I saw it on the PlayStation
Xbox Series X, and then Windows. Yeah, built in Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, it looks like it was.
Yeah.
Let's see how much it is on Steam.
$20. $24.99. Sorry,
$24.99.
Yeah, it might be worth it.
Which a lot of people are reviewing it as in they feel like that's a little too high for the level of content in here. But I mean,
that's just the demo.
Yeah,
and you can play it free right on Steam. Just this first area.
Just the first area. Yeah.
Okay. That might be worth it for a demo. It looks like there's a lot of content.
Yeah, but I mean, for the $25 version, there's still not a lot of space to. There's basically apparently with what I've heard, there's 6 or 7 resources to collect. So there's not a lot of resources in there.
Gotcha.
And I found 4 or 5 of those 6 resources.
Oh dang!
In the first hour and a half, So it's not a deep crafting system or a deep building system yet, but there is some cool stuff in there. There's a feature where it's you can do trading with random people. They don't know if they ever actually show up to your base, but you can do it to help get more resources. And you set up this trading booth by the water. And then they'll be able to come and deliver you stuff and things of that nature, which I thought was interesting. So
very nice.
Yeah, Lightyear Frontier. It's from a company called Framebreak and Amplifier Studios. Never heard of them, but it's pretty cool.